Hey everybody, it's Jochen Heiden, and I'm back with the Lodrik versus Heiden campaign, of course, War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is Scenario 1. This is the 26th of February, 1942, Turn 82 Combat Replay and Intel Analysis. So here's the summary of what I'm expecting in this turn. Uh, I'm expecting a major bomber raid in a place somewhere perhaps in Thailand, Burma area. I got some carriers on the move in the Indian Ocean. And of course, we're waiting to see if the shoe's going to drop at Changsha or Sian in China. So let's watch this turn and find out how it goes. Okay, February 26th, 1942. Let's see what happens today. Okay, so we grabbed the base on another base of Mindanao. Some coast watchers are reporting various ships stationed around in the South Pacific. Hopefully his subs are a little nicer to us today. Retreating from surface combat threat. See, there's something out there. Okay, so I sent the S-27 into Luganville this time around. Let's see how this goes. I hope this goes okay. Let's see. Yeah, that was not okay. So the S-27 takes 16 hits. Okay, they ran this guy out of ammo, but geez, I mean, that's pretty ridiculous that he got that many hits. I hope we can save that sub. I'm not sure. We're going to run out of subs before he runs out of ASW ammo, I think. Okay, he's landing on Samar again. And also landing at San Jose on Panay. He's really starting to clean up all these bases in the middle of the Philippines. Okay, so now we're in the daytime. It does not appear that he launched any raids on us at Changsha at night. Kinda thought he would. Okay, so we're here in China. Let's see if we have anything happen at Changsha here. Okay, so we got the usual raids coming at Sian right now. Just a fair amount of damage despite the weather there. Okay, another raid coming in. And another one. This one escorted. Kind of seems like it's almost like a long-range cap or something. Looks like about the size of a third of a Japanese army squadron, right? Or no, maybe they're just divided. Yeah, it's a divided squad. That's what it is. Okay. Ooh, check this out. It's my turn to go in the attack. I'm tired of him bombing me all the time, so I'm bombing him. So I'm sending a massive raid today from Rangoon into Chiang Mai, and you can expect a lot more of this. Let's just go ahead and see what it comes out to be. Nice. Ooh, check that out. So we lose at least one Blenheim. But look at what we're finding. Nels, Bettys, Oscars on the ground. I knew we had twin-engine bombers out there. I knew it. This just confirms it. And there's going to be a lot more raids coming in. Expect a lot more. Okay, some airbase hits this time. More. Okay, looks like we're getting some more aircraft destroyed. Nice. That's what I want to see. Let's keep it going. And, of course, we're getting damage to the base. Okay, a little more damage to the actual base, and another Betty destroyed. Uh-oh, B-17's coming in too. This rate, not very effective. That's surprising. Man, it just seems like these B-17s stuck at 10,000 feet is really hampering me. Because the twin-engine bombers at 7,000 feet did way more damage. But we got more. This time we get a little bit more done. More aircraft destroyed on the ground. More hits. Nice. I think we plastered that place. Oh, and we got a sweep coming in after the fact. They should have gone in before, but hey, you know, whatever. All right, so that's the AM phase. Not too bad. Hopefully the PM phase is good for us. Recon. That's not good. Man, he's really looking at LA, isn't he? Uh-oh. Not good. Not good. Man, look at the range on these Oscars coming all the way from Bangkok. Oh, man. Well, that's a pain in the butt. Shoot. All right. Well, it's taken him a while, but he's kind of figured out that he can use these Bettys and Nels to target my shipping. And now we're going to pay the price for this. Yeah. So these guys come in with Oscar escort, which is really disconcerting given the range. You know they're carrying drop tanks at least. The Tier hit us, takes a torpedo. Hopefully it survives it. This is a Dutch sub with excellent ASW, and we have 2 transports taken out right off the bat. Oh, great. Now he's sending Bettys to clean up my AMCs here and trying to keep the mines from being laid. And he gets both of those. Pain in the butt. Well, I'm really surprised it took him this long to figure out he could do this. No more unescorted shipping in the Rangoon again. I'm going to have to figure that one out. But it's my turn. Let's see what he's got here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an AMC. Yep, sure enough. Called it. Oh, yeah, that's done. 1,000-pound bomb hitting that little ship. Obliterated. I'm not surprised. So we sink an AMC as well. You know what? Didn't I call this last turn? I said he was going to send an AMC up here to sweep the mines of Port Blair. And sure enough, it's exactly what he did. Okay, so that's it for the air phase today. Now he knows my carriers are there, though, so we're going to have to kind of move that. Okay, so now he's attacking Bima. He'll take that. It's undefended. Okay, grab that base. Alright, so this is me bombarding him. Now, right off the bat, I am not liking what I'm seeing. We have Army HQ, a full division, the 65th Brigade. Jeez. And then 2 Naval Guard units and a base force. Yeah, we need to get out of here quickly. This is not a fight that we can take or win. Alright, so the Royal Trash Army is working north of Temlo again. Once again, they failed to get it done. What? That's nonsense. So apparently, he's able to move faster than we are. He caught up to us in the mountains, and these guys are going to get completely trashed. Yeah, these guys got completely beat up. Yeah, look at those losses. These 2 units are hanging up with their life now. Airfield Karachi, Madras size 7, Changsha fort size 3, Henyang's fort size 3. That's good stuff. Well, it does appear that my aircraft at Changsha have accomplished the mission that I set them in there to do. Now I need to figure out what to do with them after this. Let's see if we get any new units this turn. These are just units that are recombining. These are just units I'm transferring over. These are new units here. Okay, well, let's see. Let's take a look at what else happened here. Okay. Let's talk about this turn. Let's just get right into it. Let's look at the intelligence report for this turn. Aircraft losses, 2 to 20. So we had a pretty good day today. So here's what we did. We destroyed 8 Bettys, 5 Nels, 3 Oscars. He also lost a Sonia, a Jake. We lost a Wildcat and a Blenheim 4. So 20 to 2. Really awesome. You see here the ground losses were pretty extensive for him due to our bombing campaign. Finally, we kind of deal a blow back to him. Looking at the top pilots, we did have 1 KIA pilot, which I assume is going to be the Blenheim, but we'll confirm that in the ops report. Pilot replacements for this turn. Looking at the group for wounded, we do have a few new wounded pilots coming in here. So we'll go ahead and send these guys back to the reserve. Anybody who's showing wounded was just one. Okay. I misspoke. We only had 1 additional wounded pilot here. So then going back to reserve, we see that quite a bit of these guys unfortunately still don't have return dates. Right? And where's old Tanner B at? Yep, still nothing. Maybe he's not done growing his new leg or arm yet. We'll give this guy a few more weeks, and then I'm going to start retiring these guys. So just as a reminder, I'm doing a test to see if any of these wounded pilots in the reserve ever get return dates if they don't already have one. And so far, it's not looking like they do. Okay. Going down to the Army loss points, they did tick up a little bit again, as they always do. But, well, we were... Prior to Bandung the other day, we were holding him at a 10 to 1 advantage, but no longer. So, ship sunk this turn. Unfortunately, we did have another bad day. This one was actually out near Rangoon. So, Lodrik has finally figured out how to use his 2-engine torpedo bombers to do damage to our ships going into Rangoon. Quite honestly, I'm surprised it took him this long to figure it out. But now that we know that he knows, we're going to have to take... action accordingly. We did sink one of his coastal minesweepers, which I did predict in a previous video that's what he would be sending, and he certainly did. So there they are. There he is, right? Okay. So 75 to 305 for ship sunk. Here's the current score. He is in the lead by 5,000 points. showing a minor victory right now, but if he wants to beat me, he's going to have a 4-1 advantage by January 1st, 1943, or he's in for a real slog. Okay, let's take a look at the SIGINT for this turn. So, again, for this to be something important, we need to see radio transmissions 2 times in the SIGINT for the day for it to show us anything noteworthy. So, scrolling through here. This might be something worth looking at. Heavy radio traffic at 55-100. So let's take a look at that. 55-100. 55-100. That's somewhere out here. So we've been seeing a lot of radio traffic in and around the Java Sea for the last few turns now. 55-100. 55-100. That's right there. So again, the last 3 turns now, I've seen mentions of radio traffic in the Java Sea. Could this be carriers? Possibly. I would think that a large task force would be the one that's emitting heavy radio traffic. So we do know he's got ships operating in here. I just don't know exactly what they are. We'll keep an eye on this area, of course. Just the problem is we don't have any naval search out here anymore because, you know, Palembang's about to fall, and we have nothing left on Java. The closest place we could operate it at is Makassar. So something's out here. Okay, looking at the combat report, I do like to check this to make sure there's no mine activity or mine sweeping activity on his part. And I don't really see anything noteworthy there. Okay, let's look at the operations report for this turn. As always, I'll scroll through it. I'll point out anything that I think is noteworthy because you may or may not be able to see this depending on what size monitor you're operating on. A lot of sighting reports as always. I'm trying to see a mention of the pilot that was killed. Not really seeing it, so I just have to assume that it's probably that Blenheim that was shot down over Rangoon. No, over Chiang Mai. So he does capture Bima this turn. It's not worth a lot of points. 2 of our bases do increase size, which is good. Changsha, fortification level to 3. Excellent. Okay, these are the loss of our 4 ships this turn. These are units that are transferring around. We do get a couple new units on the map. So these AA brigades of Colombo just make it even harder for him to attack it now. And this number 11 squadron is brand new on the map at Aden. Let's take a look at that. Let's see what this is. Oh, another Blenheim unit. But hey, you know what? That's fine. The more the merrier. Now that I found a use for these guys, I actually want to use them. So I think we're going to go ahead and get these guys on a ship and brought over to Karachi to rail down to Calcutta to put down in Rangoon, since I've found a newfound use for these bombers. All right, so let's talk about the turn. Obviously, a lot of the action occurred here, but we'll start in China like we always do. So starting in Sian, he is now in the hex. So we see that he has these units, the 7 units. These came from this hex here. When I moved out, he followed suit. For whatever reason, these guys are still taking their sweet time getting in here. I don't really understand why. Transitioning from clear terrain to clear terrain, they should have been here by now. It's been almost a week that they've been moving and we still don't see them. But be that as it may, all of these ground units are now converging on Sian, and we are in full retreat. I am doing my very best to get as many of these guys out as possible because we have to beat him out of here. Okay, so once we do evacuate from Sian, I am continue to occupy these 2 hexes up here on these rough terrains. That's the next holding spot that we can actually have a chance at defending, because in clear terrain we're just going to get slaughtered by his aircraft and everything else. Up here it's not ideal. It's only ×2 defense, but I think I can stack enough units in here to put up a reasonable defense against him. Now, if any of these collapse, it's time to fold the whole thing up and fall back into better terrain. I want to be in these mountain hexes, but if we hold too far north, he can bypass us and get around. So we have to kind of block the roads, if you will. Another area that I think we're kind of deficient in is this road here, from Nanyang up to Ankang. For all I know, he's got units coming up this road right now. I don't really know. But if he were to go around here wholesale, he could bypass everything. I don't think he's realized that. I don't really know why he hasn't attempted to at least probe up this way. But I am going to start moving some units towards Ankang here just to get a defense, like a tripwire, in case he is trying to come up this way. Although I don't think so. With all the units that he's got committed here, it does appear that he's going for a frontal assault again. And that's, you know, one thing I think Lodrik is neglecting in this campaign is maneuvering. Finding weak spots and exploiting them. He hasn't done that. He's just trying to bludgeon his way through. So I do see that, and I'm going to take appropriate measures. Let's look down here at Chongqing now. Chongqing, no, Changsha. Very little happened here this last turn. He's not doing anything. Let's take a look at the combat reports again and see if he even bombarded. He didn't even do that. I don't know. He didn't do that either. He's doing nothing at Changsha. So I think we've got him kind of in a situation where he can't attack. Maybe his supplies are low. No airstrikes. No fighter sweeps. Nothing. So I'm not going to move these aircraft for now. I think that the play here is to keep them here and continue reinforcing Changsha until we get it up to a better level of fortification. We did get it up to size 3. I would love to see size 4 before we go. Additionally, we now have 4,200 AV of power in Changsha proper, which is more than enough to defend against anything. We've demonstrated repeatedly that we can defend against his strongest death stacks with that level of troops. So that's what I got in there. I will pull them out as necessary, but I think for now we've blocked him from coming through this way. Down this way, we've seen no additional activity. He's holding these bases, and that's it. So I don't really know what his plan is here. If possibly he could try to get a flanking maneuver here. So what I kind of want to do is get some troops in these two hexes here. I might take one of my weakest units here, right? Like this core, divide it up, and I will send the B down to here just to make sure that he's not trying to flank. And I will send the C back here to make sure he doesn't try to get around us. So that's what I'm going to do here. I want to establish a line of defense all through here so that he can't break through. If I were smart, I'd put a unit here as well. My only problem is it's clear terrain, so it'd just be out in the open and get sliced and diced. So I don't think I'll do that. But with these air forces here, it's really keeping him from wanting to do anything else. So I think the plan is working. I'm going to keep them there. I've been told, some people have approached me in Discord and say this is a terrible idea. He's going to kill all my aircraft. He's going to destroy me and all that. They're probably right. But I have to learn too. Like these guys that are telling me this have been playing for years. They've seen it all and done it all. I have not. I learn better by doing. And if me leaving my aircraft in Changsha is going to cause me all kinds of heartache, then that's just something I'm going to have to learn on my own. But right now, for 2 to 3 turns now, having the aircraft in Changsha has moved me in the direction that I want to go, i.e. rebuilding the fortification at Changsha, because he has not been able to bomb me effectively with the aircraft there. So they're accomplishing the mission that I set out. I did want a cap trap, but that was just like an ancillary benefit. I wanted to rebuild Changsha so he can't attack me there anymore. And in as much as that, it's working out. All right, let's talk about Burma and the Bay of Bengal, Andaman Sea. This is where all the activity was. So last turn, I decided that it was time to go heavy on Lodrik. So I moved 130 bombers into Rangoon, and we plastered Chiang Mai. I noticed he had a lot of aircraft there, so I bombed them the heck out. And look what we did. We drove him out. He's got some more fighters there, some more bombers there. But we took out a lot on the ground, and I think we forced him to relocate for now. So what I can see is that he is operating his the bulk of his bomber force out of Bangkok. I would imagine he has a lot of fighter support there, so I think it would be unwise to send my bombers to Bangkok now. But that's where he's operating the bulk of his twin-engine bombers. So you do recall this last turn, he attacked our ships going into Rangoon. So I think it's no longer safe for us to operate our ships into Rangoon as long as the twin-engine bomber threat exists. I've known this existed for a long time. I'm surprised that he took so long to do something about it. I think our carriers and ships at Port Blair really woke him up and got him thinking about using those aircraft in that way. I don't know why he didn't do it before, but he's doing it now. So I can no longer send these ships unescorted in and out of Rangoon. So I think I'm going to go ahead and curtail that until I can get a better system set up to protect these ships going in. But you saw the red lines, right? They're coming out of Bangkok. So we've driven him south. His aircraft are now stuck in here. And I'll have to come up for a counter for that. At Port Blair, we took out that minesweeper that's trying to clear the mines at Port Blair. He did take this, of course. And I knew that he was going to. Not much I could do about it. We also have this ship that's allegedly moving west. I think it's probably another AMC trying to get into Port Blair to sweep those mines. So I'll try to intercept it, but no guarantee on that. Also see a submarine out here. He's probably challenging our task force, which is spotted. That's fine. It's not going to be here next turn, so we'll have to relocate in some direction to break that spotting. So that was the big activity here in Thailand, this whole region last turn. I hope you enjoyed the bombing raid. I sure did. It's nice to go on the offensive for once instead of just constantly being at his mercy. And now I think we have some momentum out here, and I'm going to continue to attack in different ways in different places just to keep him off balance, because I don't think he was expecting us to slam him that hard in Chiang Mai. Okay, nothing new to report in the in this part of the Dutch East Indies. Nothing to report over here as well. We are trying to get some more aircraft fixed up so we can get him out of here. We're done at Tarakan. Whatever happens, happens. We see in Bandung that he's moving troops. It appears to be moving towards Batavia. Probably ultimately towards Merak to hopscotch over to Oosthaven to take Palembang. That's my guess. He's going to use these troops to take Palembang, and then from there, who knows where he's going to go next. Possibly into this part of the Dutch East Indies. He's slowly hopscotching his way down every turn, moving ships further south, eventually towards Timor. We'll have to see what happens when he gets there. Okay. Also have this task force sighted here, moving west. Not entirely sure what direction they're heading in, but we'll have to probably take another turn to get some more visibility on these to see where they're going. Maybe we can do another Kandari operation on them there. Okay, so looking at Australia, sweeping down this way, we did get the fuel convoy into Perth. So now we're bringing in another 34,000 tons of fuel into Perth, which will eventually flow over to this side of Australia, which has been relatively quiet. This last turn, we didn't see any real sub-activity. We didn't spot any. I think he's pushed them off a bit because he was tired of getting them blasted by the weir waves and everything. So, out here is another big mystery. Again, we saw this ship say it was reacting to surface threats, but I don't know where those surface threats are exactly. So I think we're going to send these guys back to Auckland now. We have plenty of naval search out here now, right? You see the overlapping naval searches. I don't see any surface ships at all. Those carriers that he had are missing in action. I don't see them anywhere. So the ones that were at Lord Howe, my guess is that he just... I don't really... I have no good explanation as to where they're at and where they went to, but I don't think they're anywhere they can challenge us now. I think I see an opportunity to start moving our convoys back into Noumea. So I've got this cruiser task force heading down to Auckland to pick up some of these guys to start escorting them back in. I think it's time to start moving stuff into Noumea now. All he's got are these ships here. While they technically are a threat, they have battleships. I don't think he knows where our ships are at, so he doesn't have spotting on them. So he won't know when we're moving to Noumea. And I think I'll take a wide approach, kind of coming in from this direction, so that we have time to respawn if these guys start heading south again. The poor S-27 got slammed really hard last turn, so I am going to send it to Kumak for emergency repairs. We got it on cruise speed, max reactive 0, so it won't try to engage anything. So we're going to get it here, get some emergency patch up, and then we'll send it back to Brisbane for permanent repair. We also have the Dolphin, which is heavily damaged, also doing emergency pier side repair. Once I get the flotation damage below 50, I will also send it down to Noumea for emergency repair, and then to Brisbane for permanent repair. At the rate we're going to run out of subs before he runs out of depth charges. Take a look at this as well. We have another task force heading into Luganville, southeast, because it came this way. Look how many sub chasers he's got. So he is definitely aware of the submarine threat, and he's putting tons and tons of sub chasers into these task forces to protect them from the subs. So I'm not really interested in tangling with a bunch of sub chasers. They carry so many depth charges that they'll just eradicate my subs. So we'll have to come up with another solution here for dealing with this. Yikes. Let's see here. That's basically it for this area right now. I don't know what his long-term plans are here, but that's what we got going on. We do see some additional ship activity near Rabaul. I think he's just moving in more troops. See, we got a lot of APs, which are troop ships, under heavy sub-chaser escort. Don't really know what his long-term plans are out here, but he's moving troops into Rabaul or out of Rabaul, possibly further south. I think that's about it for this turn. I will do a quick little sweep around here to see if we see anything noteworthy. You know what? Yeah, I got something noteworthy that we forgot to cover. Cagayan. We know what he's got here now, and it's at least 1 division and 1 brigade with supporting troops. So I don't want to take that fight. We are getting the heck out of Dodge. So the plan is here for the Philippine Corps to move back to Malaybalay. Apparently we can't. So we're going to have to go basically down to Cotabato. Cotabato. What? We can't get out? What's going on here? We can't get out. Oh, no. Okay, we got a problem here. Lodrik has blocked all the hexes, so we can't actually exit the hex. So check this out. We're stuck in Cagayan. So we need to break that hex side. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to send this PI base force in here. And what that's going to do is it's going to open the hex side from Cagayan, and then we'll be able to go back into Malaybalay that way. But we have to enter that way to break the hex side. Now, Lodrik did the same thing to us in Kukong about a month ago. Remember, he had a unit here, and he marched them this way and opened up the hex side so that when we finally attacked the Kukong, his units were able to retreat through the open hex side. So that's what I'm going to have to do to him. I don't know if he's going to let me do it because he's got more troops than we do. And if he wants to attack us, we may be in for a world of hurt. So I really bungled up the defense of Mindanao by leaving the safety of Malaybalay. And while I was up here screwing around in Surigao, he landed troops behind us, and he's just basically blocked us in now. So hopefully I can get my guys out of here before it's too late. I really messed this up. Yeah, all right, that's it for the turn. Hopefully I have time to retreat out of here before he attempts to attack us. And you also see that he's got troops in Panay, and you know they're heading for Iloilo. I think that's how you say that. We don't have much defending that, so whenever he's ready to take it out, he shouldn't have too much trouble. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching this video and supporting me and Lodrik. You may notice some different music playing in the background now. I'm doing this as a test to see how you guys like it. My videos have been getting copyright strikes and stuff because apparently the in-game music is copyrighted. You wouldn't think it was because they're just a bunch of MIDI tracks, right? But apparently they're copyrighted. So I'm playing some copyright-free music here in the background just to break up the sound of my voice. I would love your feedback as to whether or not you like it. So do you like this music? Do you not like this music? Do you like music in general, or do you just want to hear me talk the whole time? Tell me what you like. I'm trying to improve the production quality of my videos to make them more enjoyable to a wider audience. So that's why I've got the music playing in the background. If you like it, let me know what you think. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.